Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is the 72nd part of What If Deku Was Sanji's Reincarnation, My Heroes Reborn. The author of this great fanfic is Emily. Links to them and original story in the description. Chapter 72, The License Exam. After the reassessment nothing much happened. Okay, that was a bit of a lie. A few things happened. First off, Monoma had a total mental breakdown. It doesn't matter that your class have 6 people who have powers unlike those in Class 1B. We will prove that we are superior no matter what, one way or another, yelled Monoma one day when he ended up running into Class 1A. He started to laugh manically. Is he okay? Asked Izuku with a sweat drop. He's doing much better since watching those videos. Setaways, he laughed maniacally for hours before passing out. The fact he's able to talk right now is a good thing. All of Class 1A didn't have anything to say about that. Hey! Bakugo, you want to spar one day? Asked Tetsu. Why? Asked Bakugo looking at the Class 1B member. Before he could explain. Tetsu no. Scolded Itsuka. You don't want to do it. Kirishima, who was good friends with the guy, told him. Oh come on, said Tetsu. Katsuki just watched them with a sweat drop. As it turned out, Tetsu wanted to see if his quirk could stand up against Katsuki's sword skills and his ability to cut through metal. There was also a conversation between Katsuki and Achiko. So that's what you needed to talk about, said Achiko. Fuck, I can't believe All Might is really a scarecrow, said Katsuki. Yeah, I know, sighed Achiko. The first time I saw him cough up blood I nearly had a heart attack. It's fucked up, muttered Bakugo. And that was when Bakugo realized something. And after that talk, Katsuki talked to Izuku about it. You have to tell All Might about Luffy, said Katsuki. What thing about him? Asked Izuku, trying to play dumb and failing. You know what I'm fucking talking about, yelled Katsuki. Izuku sighed. He knew I had to tell him about Luffy, and how he died, how the man hid his own illness from almost everyone, then revealed to those that didn't know that he didn't have much time left, and shortly after turning himself in after making plans on how to take care of his family. Yeah, it wasn't going to be pleasant conversation at all. I'm giving you a month to tell him, said Katsuki. Izuku froze when he said that. Look, even I can tell he is basically your fucking dad, muttered Katsuki. He needs to know that his health is affecting you like that. Izuku sighed, knowing that he was right, and knew he had a month to come up with a plan to tell him about his feelings. But for now they had other things to worry about, as it was time for the license exam itself. It was at the Dagoba event arena. Quite a few of the class was nervous, after all it was a big deal. Aizawa did give them some reassuring words, however. Come on, let's get hyped up, said Kirishima. What he didn't notice was a boy from another school was nearby, very excited for something. Plus, said Kirishima. Ultra, yelled the boy. They noticed a group of other students nearby wearing the same uniform, which included a hat. Inasa, you shouldn't butt into other schools' huddles, said a boy with purple hair. Wait, pardon me. I am so very extremely sorry, he yelled, bowing so hard he hit his head into the ground. Who is this guy? I do not trust high enthusiasm, said Kaminari. Look at those uniforms, said Kyoka. It's from the other famous school in Japan, said Siro. UA in the east, Shiketsu in the west, said Katsuki. The school whose hero course rivals UA, thought Izuku. The boy apparently named Inasa was talking about how much he loved UA and how much he loved the school. That was when a girl in a Shiketsu uniform saw Izuku. OMG. You're the cinnamon roll who won the sports festival, she gushed. Those memes are so totes right. You are a cinnamon roll in person. She walked over to him and Izuku stood frozen, trying not to go into love mode, due to the fact that he just wished those memes would die already. "Honestly, Cammy, harassing a student because of memes," said the purple-haired student. "But look how adorable he is," said Cammy. "If we were allowed to date, I would totes snatch him up right now." "You don't even know," muttered the purple-haired boy. Said Kyoka, "that guy is bleeding." Indeed, Inasa's head was bleeding. "We need to go now," shad the purple-haired Shiketsu student. And so the Shiketsu students left. "Inasa Yarashi," said Aizawa. "You know him?" asked Toru. Aizawa explained how he was in their year and had gotten first place in the recommendation exams but turned down his acceptance into UA. Izuku looked at him as he was walking away. He realized that the guy was strong, but due to the skewed power levels. "He's strong," sighed Izuku, "but you can go toe-to-toe with All Might, you shouldn't be worried," said Kirishima with a sweat drop. "Yeah," sighed Izuku. "Wait, if he loves our school so much, why didn't he attend?" asked Siro. "I think it has to do with Todoroki," said Toru. "What?" asked Todoroki. "Before you fell into the black hole of friendship, you were fucking jerk," muttered Bakugo. "Is anyone going to point out how he's a hypocrite by saying that?" asked Kaminari. "If you want to get killed, go ahead," said Kyoka. "The black hole of friendship?" asked Todoroki, confused. "Just never mind, but the point is, what did you do?" asked Katsuki. Katsuki, that's enough," said Momo, going into Urza mode. Katsuki froze when she did. Aizawa sighed and was about to say something about not underestimating him, but then something else happened. "Hey, Eraser!" called out a voice. Everyone turned to see a woman with light green hair walking towards them, and Aizawa froze. "I hadn't seen you in a while. Well, I saw you at the sports festival and TV, but it's been a while since we met in person," said the woman. Aizawa's eye was twitching as she walked over. "Let's get married," said the woman. "No," muttered Aizawa. Unfortunately, this just made Mina ship them. The students watched as they bantered. "Oh, that's Ms. Joke," said Izuku, going into the hybrid fanboy in love mode. "Her quirk is so amazing. It's called Outburst. She can make anyone laugh, which causes Team to be unable to think her fights are insane." As it turned out, the two of them knew each other and fell in love when they were younger. In actuality, she annoyed the hell out of him and she had fun riling him up. "Wait, if you're here, then that means," said Aizawa. "That's right, Ketsubutsu Academy Year 2, said Ms. Joke. "Hey! Over here! Come meet UA." The students walked over with one girl gushing about how they saw them on TV. That was when a boy who surprisingly had the same hairstyle as Izuku but in black walked over and grabbed Izuku's hands. "Hi, I'm Shindo. It's so nice to meet you," said the boy named Shindo. "UA has been through so many hardships this year." Izuku went into Sanji mode. "What are you doing?" asked Izuku, glaring at him. "What?" asked Shindo. "I don't know what you're trying to pull, but it's not working," said Izuku. Their classmates looked at Izuku. "Just a heads up. Deku has a really high bullshit meter, he knows if someone is pending to be nice," said Katsuki. Shindo looked at Izuku and smirked. "Oh wow. Todoroki," said a blonde girl, "you're so cool. Can I have your autograph?" "You need to hurry it up. Get into your costume and go to orientation," said Aizawa. "I forget that we're famous," said Kaminari. "I don't," said Izuku. "Those memes just won't die," said Kirishima. "I know," sighed Izuku. "That's what you get," muttered Katsuki. "So he still doesn't know about the video," said Izuku.
No, said Kirishima. It's better he doesn't know, said Izuku.
As they walked towards the area, Ms. Joke noticed something.
Wait. Eraser, you didn't tell them, said Ms. Joke. Aizawa said nothing as he walked away.
And soon enough they were in orientation where someone from the Heroic Public Commission was explaining everything, and it looked like was going to pass out any second, as he hadn't been getting any sleep. Despite this, he gave a speech mentioning about how the public perspectivation of heroes has been going down since what happened with Stain. Izuku knew why he was bringing him up due to the effects the hero killer had. The man named Mera explained how the exam would work. It would be a test of speed. Each participant would have 3 targets on their person. If all 3 targets would be hit, then they would give out, and the person who that the third target would get the win. They would also be given 6 balls to use on the target. Each participant would pass if they took out 2 enemies. There will only be 300 passing this part of the exam, said Mera. Everyone in the room was shocked. I thought it was normally half, said Ochako. There's over 1,500 in here, said Kyoka. That's less than a fifth of people failing, said Tsuyu. Though Midoriya and Bakugo will probably take them out in less than a minute, said Siro. They looked at each other, and their rivalry sparked up. Did you have to say that? Asked Kaminari. We should just let them have their fun and we'll plan the rest together, said Toru. Toru, you're one of the ones who would pass this test super easily, said Mina. Yeah, said Toru. We'll pass around the balls and targets, and while we'll do that we'll open it up, said Mera. Open up? Asked Izuku. That was when everything started to shift, as the walls fell away, revealing they were in the middle of a large area with all sorts of areas, like a lake and city. This is too much, thought Izuku with a sweat drop. This is what I did instead of sleeping. I hope you apricot what I did, muttered Mera, trying not to pass out. Meanwhile, Ms. Joke was messing Aizawa in the stands, just laughing and asking to date. As she did, he was texting Hibiki. Do you think you can buy more tonight? Okay, do you want to explain now or drunkenly vent later? Was the response. Vent later. You're lucky I'm the reincarnation of a man of wealth and taste. Aizawa put his phone away. Oh come on, are you seriously texting someone right now? Asked Joke. Just making some plans for later with a friend, muttered Aizawa. A hot date? Asked Joke, because she better be better looking than me. It's not a date, said Aizawa. But in all seriousness, you like your class, don't you? Asked Ms. Joke. It's rare to see you with a full class, you must really like them. Not really, said Aizawa. But I'm surprised that you didn't warn them, said Ms. Joke. No, I didn't, said Aizawa. At the same time, Class 1A had gathered together and were running to a good spot. I know, me and Kakin are going to do something stupid, said Izuku. It's not stupid if it's going to work, said Toru. Katsuki snorted. But I realized something, said Izuku. They know our quirks. Everyone was surprised and realized it was true. The sports festival, realized Tenya. Yeah, said Izuku. Once you and Katsuki take out your targets, we need to stick together, said Momo. Wait, said Todoroki. My quirk isn't good in a large group. Fine, whatever, icy hot, go off on your own, muttered Katsuki. Todoroki left to be on his own. I have an idea on what to do, said Momo. If they're all going to be targeting all of us, I think we'll need a distraction when they first show up. I kind of have an idea on that, admitted Izuku. Back in the stands. Did you tell them about Priestess? Asked Aizawa. What, why would I tell them about her? Asked Ms. Joke rather angrily, thinking he was asking to distract her. Because she's part of the League of Villains,
said Aizawa.
Ms. Joke blinked at that as she realized what he meant, not because of the other thing.
How many students? Said Ms. Joke.
6, 5 during the first attack, the last during that incident at the camp,
said Aizawa.
Wait, the winner of the sports festival,
said Ms. Joke.
He's one of them. Most of the skills he showed during the sports festival were his past life abilities,
said Aizawa. Yayorozu was also one of them from the USJ.
The girl who quit in the semifinals,
said Ms. Joke.
Wait, what about the kid who got second?
He didn't remember at the time, said Aizawa.
She realized that he was the one who got hit during the summer camp.
What are they dealing with? Said Ms. Joke.
2 pirates, a battle mage, a ninja, a marital artist and a magical talking pony,
said Aizawa.
If you were a jokester I would have doubted that last one,
said Ms. Joke.
Have you heard the rumors that Orchestra Rave isn't the strongest reincarnation anymore?
Asked Aizawa.
I have, that there are 2 stronger than him and 2 more that's on par with him,
said Ms. Joke.
Wait, you don't mean? One of the ones on par with him isn't a student,
said Aizawa.
But the rest are,
said Ms. Joke.
From what I've been able to gather, the strongest in the pirate world could easily defeat All Might like it was nothing, said Aizawa, and considering one of them recently fought All Might to gauge his skills and the reason why the fight ended was because it was causing too much destruction.
What? Said Ms. Joke.
And the other pirate outright defeated Orchestra Rave for his fight, said Aizawa. Turns out he learned how to cut through metal in his past life. Ms. Joke at Aizawa. Once again she knew he would never joke around about that.
I'm sorry, but what? Asked Ms. Joke.
Oh, and Midoriya's fire is caused by friction,
said Aizawa.
The crush isn't happening this year,
said Ms. Joke.
No, said Aizawa, unless the 2 decide to finish it off in less than a minute, which a good chance of happening.
That was when the buzzer rang. Class 1 knew their plan.
That was when a good chunk of the students from the other classes showed up. Most of the other students began their attack on them. Izuku and Bakugo stood back to back ready to face off again. Whoever. I wasn't able to get a good pin on your quirk, said Shindo, but whatever it is I'm sure.
I really don't like that guy,
muttered Izuku in Sanji mode as he activated Diable Jam along with Haki in One for All.
I figured,
said Katsuki as he grabbed his swords and got ready for the attack. All of the students threw their balls at them. However, suddenly there was a massive explosion that was partially green thanks to green flames that was tornado-like.
Back in the strands.
What just happened? Yelled Ms. Joke. I think Bakugo and Midoriya teams up for an attack combing their quirks and past life abilities,
said Aizawa.
I thought they hated each other, yelled Ms. Joke. Things changed, they slowly managed to patch things up and then Bakugo got hit by the quirk and it turned out they knew each other were SNF very close in their past lives,
said Aizawa.
I see, said Ms. Joke. Back on the battlefield, the other students either got away from the explosion, sued their quirks to block or dodge. However, for 4 unlike students, suddenly as they were distracted by the explosion they weren't able to react when the balls hit their targets and all 4 of them were out.
No way!
Yelled Mara, who was acting as announcer in this. Woke him out, for students have been taken out already and 2 students have passed.
And it hasn't even 30 seconds.
The other students heard this were in total shock. It should be noted that none of the students that were taken out were Shindo.
Seriously, you didn't take out that one guy? Asked Katsuki.
Did feel like he was worth it, said Izuku with a shrug.
Katsuki snorted.
By the way, mine hit first,
said Izuku going into Sanji.
Like hell they did, yelled Katsuki. You 2 should leave since you passed, said Momo nearby. Both sweated and headed to the area designated for those who passed. The rest of Class 1A looked at the group of students who were ready to crush them, all broken and in shock over this.
It won't be easy for us as it was for them, said Momo.
But they still made things easier for us,
said Kaminari.
While every license exam was known for the UA crush, that exam would be known for what would become known as the 30-second slaughter. While it was only Izuku and Katsuki who finished it off in 30 seconds, it would be the year that would go down in infamy for sure.
That will be it for this part.
I hope everyone enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and comment if you want part 73.
If you want to hear more from me, subscribe. I hope to see you all in the next one.